Bargain buying may contribute to the initial strength of Wall Street. The major U.S. index futures are currently pointing to a modestly higher open on Friday, with stocks likely to regain ground following the sell-off seen in the previous sessions. Bargain hunting may contribute to initial strength on Wall Street, as some traders look to pick up stocks at reduced levels following the steep drop seen on Thursday. The Dow had its worst day of 2022 in the previous session, while the S&P 500 saw its biggest daily percentage drop in 2 weeks. News that Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken have agreed to meet in Europe next week may also help ease concerns about an imminent Russian invasion of Ukraine. Buying interest may remain somewhat subdued, however, as geopolitical concerns and worries about the outlook for interest rates continue to weigh on investor minds. Following the recovery attempt seen late in Wednesday's sessions, stocks showed a substantial move back to the downside during trading on Thursday. The major averages all showed significant moves to the downside, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq helping to lead the way lower. The major averages saw further downside going into the close, ending the session near their worst levels of the day. The Dow tumbled 620.4 points or 1.8% to 34,312.03. The Nasdaq plunged for 107.38 points or 2.9% to 13,716.72, and the S&P 500 of 94.75 points or 2.1% to 4,380.26. The sell-off on Wall Street came amid renewed geopolitical concerns, as the Biden administration has reverted to describing a Russian invasion of Ukraine as imminent. The evidence on the ground is that Russia is moving toward an imminent invasion. This is a crucial moment, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Linda Thomas-Greenfield told reporters this morning. President Joe Biden also told reporters as was leaving the White House that there is every indication that Russia is prepared to attack Ukraine. Adding to the concerns, the State Department said Russia has expelled the deputy chief of the U.S. diplomatic mission in Moscow. The latest developments come after Ukraine and pro-Russian separatists traded accusations of attacks in the eastern part of the country. Russian state-controlled media claimed that Ukrainian forces had shelled territory held by the separatists, while Ukraine has accused Russian-backed rebels of attacking a village in the region. Negative sentiment may also have been generated in reaction to the latest batch of U.S. economic data, including a Labor Department report showing an unexpected rebound in initial jobless claims in the week ended February 12. The Labor Department said initial jobless claims rose to 248,000, an increase of 23,000 from the previous week's revised level of 225,000. The rebound surprised economists, who had expected jobless claims to edge down to 219,000 from the 223,000 originally reported for the previous week. The Commerce Department also released a report showing new residential construction in the U.S. pulled back sharply in the month of January. The report said housing starts tumbled by 4.1% to an annual rate of 1.638 million in January after inching up by 0.3% to a revised rate of 1.708 million in December. Economists had expected housing starts to edge down by 0.1% to a rate of 1.700 million from the 1.702 million originally reported for the previous month. Meanwhile, the report said building permits climbed by 0.7% to an annual rate of 1.899 million in January after spiking by 9.8% to a revised rate of 1.885 million in December. Building permits, an indicator of future housing demand, have been expected to plunge by 6.0% to a rate of 1.760 million from the 1.873 million originally reported for the previous month. A separate report from the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia showed manufacturing activity in the Philadelphia area expanded at a slower rate in the month of February. The Philly Fed said its diffusion index for current activity slid to 16.0 in February from 23.2 in January, although a positive reading still indicates growth in regional manufacturing activity. Economists had expected the index to dip to 20.0. Semiconductor stocks showed a substantial move to the downside on the day, dragging the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index down by 3.7%. Nvidia helped lead the sector lowers concerns about flat profit margins, and the graphics chipmaker's exposure to the cryptocurrency market have overshadowed the company's better-than-expected fourth-quarter results and upbeat guidance. A sharp pullback by Treasury yields also weighed on the banking sector, resulting in a 3.7% nosedive by the KBW Bank Index. Housing stocks also saw significant weakness on the day, with the Philadelphia housing sector index plunging by 3.1%. By technology, airline and brokerage stocks also showed notable moves to the downside, while gold stocks bucked the downward trend amid a sharp increase by the price of the precious metal. Crude oil futures are plunging to $1.19 to $89.57 a barrel after tumbling $1.90 to $91.76 a barrel on Thursday. Meanwhile, after jumping $30.50 to $1,902 an ounce in the previous session, gold futures are slipping $1.90 to $1,900.10 an ounce. On the currency front, the U.S. dollar is trading at 115.01 yen versus the 114.9 for yen it fetched at the close of New York trading on Thursday. Against the euro, the dollar is valued at $1.1353 compared to yesterday's $1.1361. Asian stocks ended mostly lower on Friday, but losses were limited after U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken accepted an invitation to meet with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov late next week. China's Shanghai Composite Index rose 20.72 points, or 0.7%, to 3,490.76 as property developers gained ground after more cities eased mortgage rules for home buyers. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index tumbled 465.06 points, or 1.9%, to 24,327.71 after the Biden administration added several major Chinese businesses to a list of counterfeiters. Japanese stocks cut losses to end modestly low as fears of war in Ukraine receded. The Nikkei 225 index ended down 110.80 points, or 0.4%, at 27,120.07. While the broader Topix closed 0.4% lower at 1,924.31. Factory robot maker Fanuc led losses to close 5.8% lower. Tech stocks such as Adventist, Renesas and Tokyo Electron lost 1%. Trend Micro gave up 3.7% after posting disappointing results. Data released earlier in the day showed that a key inflation measure in the country weakened last month. Australian ended sharply lower despite Sydney and Melbourne easing more COVID-19 curbs amid a steady fall in hospital cases. The benchmark SB/ASX 200 index fell 74.50 points, or 1%, to 7,221.70, while the broader Ordinaries index ended down 72 points, or 1%, at 7,500.80. QBE Insurance slumped 8.7% after its full-year profit fell short of market expectations. Troubled investment manager Magellan Financial jumped 18.5% after its half-year profit rose by 24%. Technology stocks followed their U.S. peers lower, while higher gold prices in the wake of heightened tensions in Ukraine lifted gold miners. Seoul stocks recovered from an early slide to finish marginally higher. Samsung Electronics, SK Hynix, and Naver declined 1%. European stocks are turning in a mixed performance on Friday after reports of planned talks between Russia and the US over Ukraine and Moscow's claims around a troop withdrawal. Steep losses on Wall Street overnight have served to keep underlying sentiment cautious to some extent. While the UK's FTSE 100 index is up by 0.2%, the French CAC 40 index is down by 0.3% and the German DAX index is down by 0.6%. Finnish drug manufacturer Iran has skyrocketed after announcing positive trial results for its prostate cancer treatment. Shares of Bayer have also shown a strong move to the upside after the drug maker boosted sales estimates for its prostate cancer treatment. Nubeqa, Kingspan Group, an Irish building materials company, has also advanced after its fiscal 2021 profit climbed 48%. French carmaker Renault has also risen after it swung to profit in 2021 and announced the appointment of Thierry Piton as chief financial officer, with effect from March 1. On the other hand, German insurer Allianz has moved low after revealing it took a €3.7 billion hit to its pre-tax profits. Bank holding company NatWest Group has also shown a notable move to the downside after warning of an uncertain economic outlook. Swiss chemicals company Sika AG has also fallen after confirming its previous target of 6-8% annual growth up to 2023. Multinational cinema operator Cineworld has also moved lower. The company said it has reached an agreement with creditors over a disputed and delayed repayment. Luxury group Hermes has also come under pressure after its fourth quarter sales came in a tad lower than expectations. In economic news, the euro area current account surplus decreased to €23 billion in December from €24 billion in the previous month, the European Central Bank said. UK retail sales volume grew 1.9% month-on-month, in contrast to the revised 4% decline in December, separate data showed. This was faster than the expected growth of 1.0%. On a yearly basis, overall retail sales advanced 9.1%, reversing a 1.7% fall in December. The National Association of Realtors is scheduled to release its report on existing home sales in the month of January. At 10 a.m. ET, existing home sales are expected to decrease by 1.0% in January after plunging by 6.4% in December. Also at 10 a.m. ET, the Conference Board is due to release its report on leading economic indicators in the month of January. The leading economic index is expected to rise by 0.3%. At 10:15 a.m. ET, Chicago Federal Reserve President Charles Evans is scheduled to speak on current economic conditions and monetary policy before the 2022 U.S. Monetary Policy Forum sponsored by the Initiative on Global Markets at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. New York Federal Reserve President John Williams is due to speak before a virtual event on the economic outlook organized by the New Jersey City University Borini Institute for International Education and Economic Mobility at 11 a.m. ET. At 1:30 p.m. ET, Federal Reserve Governor Lael Brainerd is scheduled to participate in a central bank digital currencies panel before the 2022 U.S. Monetary Policy Forum sponsored by the Initiative on Global Markets at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. Shares of Bloomy Brands are moving sharply higher in pre-market trading after the parent of Outback's Takehouse other restaurant chains reported better than expected fourth quarter results, reinstated its quarterly dividend, and announced a $125 million stock buyback. Heavy equipment maker Deere may also move to the upside after reporting fiscal first quarter results that exceeded analyst estimates and raising its full-year guidance. On the other hand, shares of Roku are seeing substantial pre-market weakness after the video streaming device maker reported better than expected fourth quarter earnings, but revenues missed expectations. Roku also offered a disappointing outlook. Sports betting company DraftKings may also come under pressure after reporting fourth quarter results that exceeded analyst estimates but forecast a wider than expected full-year loss. For comments and feedback, contact editorial@ertneys.com. Biotech stocks facing FDA decision in February 2022. Biotech stocks facing FDA decision in January 2022. Biotech stocks facing FDA decision in December 2021.